I am Professor L.B. Gaikwad, who is teaching today the new topic in the 10 series, and the topic is simple present tense. Remember, here we will discuss the simple present tense. Remember, in simple present tense we use the daily routine. Daily routine means our daily works, means our works which we do always, every day, from morning to evening, to the time of our sleeping. The works which are being done by us are the daily routine. So this daily routine is shown in the simple present tense, and we use the subjects I, we, you, they, he, she, it. So remember, I will take the first example, and the first example is I play I play on the ground on the ground always. Remember. So remember, here I play on the ground always. This is the daily routine. Why? Because this I is the subject, play is the main verb, and on the ground is the objective phrase, and always is the extra word. So remember, here I play on the ground always means I do the action of playing on the ground always. So this is the daily routine, because he says I play on the ground always. He say always means every day he plays on the ground. So it is his daily routine. So remember, here this is the daily routine of this particular gentleman. So this is the subject, this is the main verb, this is the objective phrase, that is the object, and this is the complement. So remember, here we can speak and we can write in this way, that remember, here we can make many examples with the help of all these subjects. Remember, I play on the ground always, we play on the ground always, you play on the ground always, they play on the ground always, he plays. Remember, when he, see, it subject is there, we use the yes suffix to the particular verb, and that's why he plays, he plays, he plays on the ground always, she plays on the ground always, and it plays on the ground always. So remember, when the hesiod subjects are there, then we use the es or es suffix to the main verb. That is the important rule of the simple present tense, and that's why here we are discussing the daily routine. So remember, here when we use the daily routine, we use the subjects I, we, you, they, he, she, it. Then daily routine, after daily routine, we use the habits. Remember, habits. Habits. So remember, habits means what? We collect papers always. We collect papers every day. We will say every day. Remember, we means we is the subject. We collect means we gather. We collect means we make together. What? We collect the papers. Every day means this is the extra word. So remember, here we is the subject, collect is the main verb, papers is the object, and every day is the extra word or complement. So remember, here we collect papers every day. It means that we collect means we do the action of collecting. What we collect? We collect the papers, and that's why papers is the object here, and every day is the complement or extra word here. So remember, here this is the habit. So we can make many habits like this, or we can speak this sentence like this: we collect papers every day, You collect papers every day. They collect papers every day. He collects paper. So remember, when we use he subjects, then the verb takes the es or es suffix. How it takes the es suffix we will see later on, but now we are discussing like this. So remember here, we collect papers every day means he collects. Yes, yes will be there. So remember here, he collects papers every day. She collects papers every day. It collects papers every day. So remember, when we use he, she, it, then we can use the yes suffix to the main verb. That is the important point. And remember, when we discuss simple present tense, then we discuss the daily routine, then habits, and now we are discussing the next example, and the next example is there, and that is the hobbies. Remember, hobbies. So now hobbies means we have some interest, we have some uh, likings, habits, we have some favorite things, that is called the habits, and these habits are written and spoken in the simple present tense. So we will discuss I read papers. I read papers. I read papers always. I read papers always. We we do good works always. So remember, these are the two hobbies which I have given you here. So I read papers always means I means the subject, and I read means I do the action of reading. What I read the papers. So this is the object, and always is the extra word. So I is the subject, read is the main verb, papers is the object, and always is the I will say complement or extra words. So we is the subject, do is the main verb, then good works is the object, and always is the extra words, or is the extra word, or it is the extra complement. It is the complement, or it is the extra word. That is the important thing which here I am telling you. So remember here, when we use the simple present tense, then SVOC pattern is used. SVOC. SVOC. At first we should take subject, then verb, then object, then complement. See, subject, verb, object, complement. Subject, verb, then subject, verb, then this is object, then this is the complement. And in this way we can use many sentences. So we can use all these sentences with the help of these subjects. Suppose I read papers always, we read papers always, you read papers always, they read papers always, he reads. Now here will be the yes suffix. So he reads papers always, because it is the rule that if the subjects are received, then we use yes suffix to the main verb. That is the rule. So she reads papers always, and it reads papers always. In this way, this sentence will be there. So remember here, we are discussing here the simple present tense, and that simple present tense we are discussing in English. So remember here, now third is the universal truth. Universal truth. Universal truth. So remember, what is universal truth? Means universal truth means always true things. Means always true things. Means in the present, in the past, and in the future also, these things will not change, or these things will be always true, and that's why it is called the universal truth, or it is called the three-time truth. So remember here, the sun moves the sun moves around the sun moves around the sun moves around the man's around the man's cavity, or around the man's I will say section, cavity. So remember here, this is the example. This example is showing the universal truth, because the sun moves, means the sun does the action of moving always around the man's cavity, or around the man's cavity, means for man's welfare, I will tell you. So remember here, this is the sun is the subject. This subject is, he see it, it is out of he see it, because the sun is he. If we know it a god, then it is he, or if we know it a thing, then it is it. So it is he see it, out of he see it. That's why this verb has taken yes suffix, and around the man's cavity, this is the, I will say, object. So remember here, universal truths are spoken and written in the simple present tense. That is the important thing I will tell you. So there are many universal truths. The earth moves around the sun. The earth moves around the sun. The earth moves around the sun. Around the sun. This is the universal truth. So the sun is the subject, moves is the verb, around the sun is the object. So when we discuss this simple present tense, then we can use this tense like this. And the, I will say, remember the daily routine, habits, hobbies, and the universal truth. So remember, when we discuss this simple present tense, when we want to speak with the simple present tense, then we can use the daily routines, then habits, hobbies, and I will say the universal truth. If you want to speak like this, then you can try like this. So remember here, only for the request of the English learners, I am giving here the videos in English. So what you know about this, or how you feel about these videos, please tell me in the comment box. With this I stop here. Thank you very much.